Hello everyone and welcome to Sexton High School in Lansing, Michigan, NPFL action. Capital Futsal Inter-Detroit on the NPFL Network. I'm Colton Wesley, Andrew Hall. This is a big one for one of these teams. Capital Futsal eliminated from playoff contention Inter-Detroit. If they win, they're in. If they're out, they're going to have to get some help.
Well, luckily for Inter-Detroit, they've taken care of business against Capital when it's mattered so far this season. Now, we're seeing a smaller roster size that may come into play, may hurt them in the end, but we'll see over the course of this next 40 minutes.
Yeah, pretty unusual to see a team only suiting up with 5 or maybe 6 guys. We only have 5 confirmed coming into this one. Starting lineup for Inter-Detroit might just be their 5 the whole way. Emerson Mena, Edwin Gomez-Ruiz, Nate Boos, Liam Holloway, and Andres Chavez. That might just be the 5 for Inter-Detroit all evening, and a game that they need to win to lock up their playoff spot. As you were alluding to, 2-0 so far against Capital Futsal. They won 10-4 back on January 24th, and then on March 14th, they won 10-5. So a pair of similar results. Looking for a third, but we talk about this in sports all the time, especially when we come into late season, into playoffs. It's hard to beat a team 3 times.
It really can be, but they are coming off of a good win over Futsal Factory, so we could see a very experienced, well-rounded team come out with less players, but still give a good showing tonight.
Capital Futsal coming off a win themselves, 4-0 over Midwest. Not every day you see a shutout in futsal, but here we go. Final game of the regular season for Capital Futsal. It's been, by pretty much any metric for a first-year team, a successful campaign. 3 wins in their first 8 matches. Definitely nothing to sneeze at. They've been competitive. Looking to end the season on a strong note with a 2-game winning streak.
Well, I think the other thing, too, is this team has been consistent in their performances. They've beaten Midwest consistently. They've stayed competitive or gotten better, shown more promise in the teams such as Inter-Detroit or Futsal Factory. Even though they lost, we've seen progression, and that's really all that you can hope for in your first season in the league.
I've been around semi-pro indoor /futsal / outdoor soccer for years. Lots of teams don't make it through their first year. Lots of teams aren't competitive. They don't field players every one of their games, right? There are forfeits. It's a whole mess for a lot of these first-year teams. Capital Futsal dodged all of those pitfalls, and now here they are at the end of what has been, by pretty much any account, a successful first campaign, but looking for a strong result to end it. Taking on Inter-Detroit. Capital Futsal in the pink, moving left to right across your screen. Inter-Detroit in the black and green. "20 minutes on the first half clock. We're just waiting for the whistle now. And we are underway. Once again, that starting lineup for Inter-Detroit: in goal, Emerson Mena; in the field, Edwin Gomez-Ruiz, Nate Boos, Liam Holloway, and Andres Chavez. That one knocked up into the ceiling. It'll be a free kick for Inter-Detroit. Starting for Capital Futsal, Tucker Brown, Great Lakes Christian College goalkeeper, in the net. Ethan Ryder, Charlie Halt, David Riley, and Eric Carey out in the field. Back to Mena in the center circle. Pass intercepted by Halt. Halt has a shot. It's wide. Was disrupted from behind. And Mena will throw this one in deep into the corner. Trying to rip it across, but no one's there.
He's looking for a deflection, but the ref not viewing it the same way.
Looks like Dylan Sosa is suited up for Inter-Detroit over on the bench. He will be their 6th man today. This is Tucker Brown. Diagonal ball across, looking for Eric Carey. Goes out. And Inter will put it back into play. Down the line, knocked out. Played less than a minute here in the first half. That pass picked off by Ryder and a whistle. First foul of the game against Inter. halfway line into the corner. Eric Carey.
Just putting the ball into a man.
Ball lifted across. Halt puts it over the top of the goal, but a neat ball in across. That's a long ball ahead. Looking for Chavez.
Tucker Brown did a good job just holding his ground, even though he invited a little bit of contact from Chavez.
Pass in the middle, intercepted. The shot's over from Nate Boos. And that's something, going back to the play that Mena was making, that's something you see a lot more in the indoor game, in the futsal game in particular. Goalkeepers are going to get more involved in the attack, but you're also, you can cover 90% of the floor with a single pass much more easily than you can in an outdoor environment. That ball put out, and Mena will throw it in. Brought down on the chest, taken away by Miles Telemak, who's entered for the first time.
And this is something that we've seen exposed by Capital.
Shot from distance, blocked. Telemak, I think, got in on that. And it's going to roll out a corner to Inter. A bit of miscommunication there from Capital Futsal. I think there were a couple of them who thought that the other one had it, but it all comes to nothing as that ball goes out near the near post.
Yeah.
See Jarrett Fortuna Gill getting warmed up over there on the sideline along with Storm Powers. Working through the middle. On the outside to Eric Carey. Back to Halt. Carey again in the center circle. Outside. Telemak. Riley. Dispossessed. Gomez Ruiz. Circles it back into the midfield. Back to Boos. Good link-up play on the outside. Boos tries to swing it in from the far post, or from the far corner rather, but couldn't get it to go.
Well, and even if he did, there was no runners available there, and I think he's going to be really frustrated that all of his teams are at the top of the box.
We got a couple of Inter players seemingly arriving now. It looks like that's going to be Maynard Gonzalez and Jose Gonzalez here now for Inter Detroit. They weren't here at kickoff. They were on the game day roster, so Inter will have a bit more depth now. A couple of minutes into this first half. The nature of the semi-professional game. These players have lives outside of the sport. They have to deal with the travel concerns just like the rest of us do. Nate Boos from distance, blocked. Gomez Ruiz, entry pass denied by Telemak. And put out into touch by Boos.
So far, Inter Detroit's had a pretty good defensive structure.
Cody Bogart, yes, in the bottom corner! Bogart fresh in off the bench with a smart turn out there.
That may just have been the commentator's curse there.
Well, I'm sure they want you to do that more often, this Capital squad, if that's going to be the result. 3rd minute of goal. Cody Bogart. And it's 1-0 to the home side. Now 3 minutes gone in the first half.
If you're Capital, this is the perfect start. You want to make Inter feel that pressure, try to force a couple mistakes, and then, as Capital's done so many times this season, play on the break and try to hit them on the counter.
We're seeing this Capital team look a lot more comfortable. We saw them earlier in the season. They almost played almost like a defensive posture for most of the game in a lot of their matchups, kind of regardless of the opponent. That's a foul from behind Chavez, and now some extracurriculars between Chavez and Telemak, and Chavez has been booked. Telemak took some offense to that tackle.
Telemak getting shown a yellow, I think, for the retaliation.
Yes. And that's something that we haven't seen out of this Capital squad. You see it a lot in the indoor game, in the futsal game. Just the nature of the close quarters. You'll see more pushing and shoving. You'll see guys getting into it with each other. You haven't seen that a lot out of Capital this year. That's a rare bit of extracurriculars.
Yeah, I think we've seen more yellow cards shown for dissent to this Capital team than actual egregious fouls.
Ball played in, back across the face, and that's always a dangerous ball in front of your own goal. It rolls out for a corner. Back to the top. This is Gomez Ruiz. Trying to skip past Fortuna Gill. Back into the midfield. Holloway! And that's easily saved by Brown. But it's so easy. Oh, turnover at the edge of the box, and Brown makes the stop. Brown, long throw ahead, flicked out into the air, and Mena grabs it. Mena with his long throw, settled at the goal line, trying to keep it in as Gomez Ruiz does. Gets past the defender, what a finish! Gomez Ruiz!
It was a phenomenal bit of control there. Just to keep the ball from going out, flick it around your man, and just fire it right across goal. Something that as a goalkeeper you rarely expect to see happening.
This game prioritizes, by the nature of the small space, by the nature of the compressed area, the ability to create space with a little bit of flair and brilliance, and Edwin Gomez Ruiz, top drawer stuff. 1-1.
Yeah. Detroit just allowing Capital to suffer from their own consequences.
Trying to break out that pass offline, taken away by Capital. This is Bogart, the goal scorer for Capital. 1-1 here. We've played 4 minutes of action. Back into Bogart, diagonal ball in. Oh, that's a good run from Fortuna Gill, but the pass just a little bit in front of him. Maybe it had to be, because that's where the space was.
Just a bit too much on it for Fortuna Gill to get there.
We're seeing some good movement from this Capital squad, though. They're not playing pensively. They're not playing with any sort of timidity. They're really attacking this game, and it feels like they're right in this with Inter, a team that's beaten them twice already. That's a great ball in, but a finish just wide of the bar from Bogart. But Bogart, he has been active. He has been involved. Man, we haven't seen a lot of this season of Capital Futsal. He's only got a couple of appearances, but he's looking very good in this one. Checking in for him now is David Riley. He's on the ball here in midfield. Over to Carey. Turned over. Trying to push now into the space in the corner, and that's wide of the net, but last touched by the defense. I think Charlie Holt got a piece of it.
It's either Holt or Brown.
So corner upcoming for Inter, 15-14 to go in the first, 1-1 the score. All the way back to the top to the goalkeeper, Mena. Holloway. In the corner, Gomez Ruiz. For a little bit more brilliance, maybe. Skip through the defenders, the shot, and I think someone got a piece of it. It'll be out for a corner.
This Capital team, again, communicating very well. We're seeing and hearing a lot more talking, if you like.
This time they try the corner high through the middle. It's turned away. In transition, maybe! Oh, couldn't quite get to it, Eric Carey. I think he was trying to set it back up to the top of the area, as opposed to actually having the shot there. A little off balance. Pass in the middle of Carey. Oh, Carey might have been able to turn and shoot that. Instead, coming the other way. Holloway fires just wide. Curling ball to the far post.
Yeah, Brown feels he had it covered. But that was always curling away from him anyway.
Only thing that's beaten Brown so far was a particularly brilliant move by Edwin Gomez Ruiz. He's been rock solid otherwise. So a good start for him. Pass is picked off by Storm Powers in off the bench. Powers has a go! It's wide! Storm Powers, been watching him play for a couple of years now. Various teams and leagues. And he has an absolute cannon attached to the end of his leg.
As does this man, Ethan Ryder. If you give him space, he has no problem letting fly from anywhere near half field even.
14:09 to go as that ball goes wide, and Mena will throw it in from his own area. Holt gets a toe on it. Powers will happily just clear it away. They'll get it in at midfield into Detroit. We've played 6 minutes, 1-1 the score. It's been good so far. Holloway. He was goalkeeper, Mena! Oh, he scored! Ain't no rule says the goalkeeper can't score goals.
Well, he had the space, and he just hit it. Looked like he took a little poke at it with his toe, and as a goalkeeper, anytime the toe is involved, it throws off your reaction speed by just a bit. And for Mena, just enough to beat Brown.
Couldn't have snuck it any closer to the corner. Rattled Oh, that's a brilliant finish under the bar. Very nearly the same spot that Mena just put one. Holloway over the right shoulder of Brown, right under the bar, right inside the post.
Yeah. Inter Detroit having some great resilience going down 1-0 early with a smaller bench, limited capacity, but showing once again why they're in contention for a playoff spot.
2 goals in 13 seconds for Inter Detroit, and they've suddenly flipped this game on its head. It's 3-1. Still early, a lot to play, and we'll see. This is something, Capital, a first-year club, your resilience is tested in moments like these. How do you respond when things start going wrong?
Yeah. Luckily, still a whole other half and 13 minutes to play, but we'll see if they feel that they need to change something or if their system that for most of the game has been working is something that they can get back into the groove of.
Bogart, that one's easily dealt with by Mena, knocks it down to his defender. That is Jose Gonzalez, who's checked into the game. Over to Chavez. Jose Gonzalez. Across to, I believe that's Maynard Gonzalez. Poked away, picked up by Mena. Gives it back to Gonzalez. Jose Gonzalez all the way across. Down the line. Trying to get it into, that's Jose Gonzalez.
We see Chavez checking out, who's done a phenomenal job so far, just using his body to hold up the play.
That's a dangerous ball in front of your own goal, and trying to slide in and make a play on it was Gonzalez. Last touch by Capital Futsal, and then they've given away another corner. They've done that a couple of times. Now, it will be a corner. I mean, it comes in off the foot either way. Whether or not it is technically a corner matters not much. They're going to put the goal back on the goal line. Played in short. Holloway. Spinning. Turned over. Tripped up. Picked up by Nate Boos, and he sends it just wide. I think that clipped the bar on its way out. I think Capital were looking for a foul, didn't get one. 12:20 to go in the first, and that ball's just missed by Bogart, and it rolls out. Ball out. It will be back to Capital Futsal. 12:16 to go. First half 3-1. Bogart. Back to Ethan Ryder. Miles Telemock. High pressure from Inter Detroit. Trying to force Capital to play this from feet in their own zone. Taken away, coming the other way. Gonzalez tries to get it in across. A sliding challenge by Bogart, and it's out for a corner. Maynard Gonzalez. Gonzalez's pass is picked off. Ethan Ryder stepping in front and winning possession for Capital Futsal. They'll get it in here from midfield. 11:47. That ball rolling all the way down the tunnel.
Bogart subbing on or off for David Riley.
This is Riley. Telemock. Ryder, shot blocked. Back to Ryder. Riley across. Eric Carey. Oh, that's a good looking ball at the back post. But Mena got his foot in front of it. Telemock was making the right run off the corner, shot over the bar.
That was such a vital kick save that he made because we saw Capital lurking on the edge of that cross. If he didn't get there, could have very easily been 3-2.
11:30 to go in the first. It's 3-1. Still pass picked off by Telemock. Back to Ryder and a whistle and a foul.
Captain Charlie Halt bringing off Miles just to let cooler heads prevail, I think.
And Telemock already picked up a yellow after he was fouled earlier. Got upset about it and picked up a yellow for it. Across to Ethan Ryder into the corner. Riley back to the top. The shot blocked and covered by Mena. It pinged off his chest. It was spinning around. He was able to glove it. Pass to Maynard Gonzalez. Jose Gonzalez almost turned it over in his own end. Inter playing a little dangerously here in the back here. Holloway tries to get it ahead. It's denied by Riley and out.
Good bit of Capital pressure, but Detroit handling it fairly well.
Long throw into the corner. That's chested out to the top of the zone. Top of the area, Nate Boos. Taken away by Capital Futsal, trying to corral it here in their own end. Ryder. Picked off by Gonzalez. Maynard will set up the play from his own end. The shot from distance is wide. Nate Boos. You don't see too many goals from long shots in futsal. Honestly, one of the attended ends of those is to force the keeper to make a play. Because if you can't corral it, you can have someone crashing to the net, ball bouncing around free in front of the net. Good things can happen.
That, or you get a couple of bodies in front and maybe get a lucky deflection, but
the game plays quite a bit like hockey in that regard. Often it's just traffic in front of goal that creates opportunities.
yeah, but it's good to see Capital now having a bit of a variety to their play as we enter the end of the season.
That was a brilliant ball all the way across. Jarrett Fortuna Gill with a long touch. If he'd been able to settle that, he would have been right in on Mena, and Fortuna Gill picks up the foul. Two-man wall for Capital Futsal halfway through this first half. Ripped through the wall and collected by Brown. Charlie Hall. David Riley. Into the feet of Jarrett Fortuna Gill, but he's dispossessed. The shot is blocked. Holloway on the attempt, and it rolls out over the corner. And Inter will get it back in as Storm Powers re-enters the fray. Back to the top, Holloway, and that's over the bar. And into the Hall of Fame.
Well, we saw a Hall of Fame shot here a couple months ago when it went into one of the baskets instead of the goal.
I don't think I'm ever going to forget that, honestly. That's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen, and I've been doing this job for upwards of a decade.
Arguably more impressive. One of the balls being sent out because it's been destroyed. A lot of wear and tear going on, especially on a harder court.
Mm-hmm. And for those of you at home who maybe have never actually interacted with a futsal ball, it is smaller and heavier. You'll notice that Tucker Brown can literally palm the thing and throw it like a football or a baseball even, because of how small it is compared to a regular size 5 soccer ball. And that weight also means that it doesn't bounce as high. And a yellow card given, I think it's going to be for delay of game on Liam Holloway.
Yeah, it looks like Holloway just got in front when Gill was ready to play the ball. Referee spotting that and correcting it immediately.
And that might be a bit of a strategic yellow. You see that from time to time. Guys willing to take the penalty in order to create that delay. Lifted in. A little bit behind, I think his intended target was trying to get it in. Cody Bogard in front. 9 1/4 to go in the first. Shot from distance. Brown has to stretch to stop it.
That was a smart hand that Brown threw out there, just to direct it wide.
And that one's going to go all the way back in. A little bit dangerous here for Inter, as Mena will return to the mouth of his own goal to deal with it. That ball put out. It will be Inter in possession. They'll get it back in here. 9:03 to go. A couple of guys getting warm on the Capital bench. 3-1 the score still. Long ball in, trying to settle it and center it is Chavez, but it goes into the side netting.
That's where Mena's looking for every time, looking for Chavez to get high and wide, get some opportunities to get the ball into some of his teammates crashing, or even a shot on goal.
You talk about the use of a target man in the outdoor game, as that one's given away at the top of the box, and Brown pounces on it. But as I was saying, you talk about a target man in the context of the outdoor game, usually that player is more center, and you're trying to kind of send it out to someone making a run on the outside. In futsal, you'll often see something quite different. You'll see the keeper try to throw it into someone in the corner who then tries to head it or even bring it down on the chest across the face of the goal to a runner who's coming up through the middle of the field.
And this is something that we've seen from Capital's defense, even when it's not a throw-in. they allow these runners to get in behind them, almost relying on their defense to come back in time.
Timeout taken by Inter Detroit. We'll take a timeout as well. They lead 3-1, 8:21 to go in the first. You are watching the NPFL on the NPFL Network live on YouTube.
The live stream?
Oh, it's not?
It's, you see the screen, this is Inter Capital warm-up screen behind it.
Okay. .21 to go in the first. Capital Futsal Inter Detroit. In the final game of the regular season for both of these teams, playoff implications still live for Inter. Capital Futsal trying to play spoiler here on the final day of the regular season. That one is blocked by Riley. And Capital trying to set it up in their own end. This is Eric Carey. Carey on the outside. That's a good ball in. Just trying to find Riley.
Riley got a little bit of a touch to it, but I think Mena had his angles covered to the point where there wasn't much sting left on it, so he could react accordingly.
Edwin Gomez Ruiz turns it over. Futsal, that one flicked on, trying to get it into the path of Ryder tries to flick it over Mena, who comes out of his goal mouth.
Did a good job cutting that angle off.
That's good goalkeeping from Mena, who's done a good job all game long, only giving up just the one, with 7:38 to go in the first. You see more of a high-scoring game in futsal than you do in the outdoor game. Sent in and out of play, up into the catwalk.
We just tracked one down and we lose another.
Well, good thing we have a few. Corner kick coming in. Back to the top. Holloway. Boost. Gomez Ruiz. Trying to get it into the middle. Lots of traffic there. Turned over. Carey tries to get it ahead. Taken away at the back by Holloway. Carey providing the pressure. They'll pass it off to Boos. Boos. Sounds blocked by Ryder. And out of play. 7:14 to go in the first. 3-1 Inter. A win clinches a playoff spot for them. Back out to Holloway. In the middle, knocked away. Carey. Outside. Ryder. Back to Telemak. Ryder. Across to Eric Carey. Now here comes Ryder, turned over. Coming the other way, Chavez. Chavez in on goal. Good stop by Brown. Taken away by Holloway. The second effort, that one's wide. Tucker Brown with a huge stop there.
I think Holloway asking for the foul to get drawn back, but the referee played advantage and allowed him to get his shot off, so he has every right to not have to come back and give a free kick.
Trying to skip through the spaces, Eric Carey. Miscommunication between him and Ryder. He thought Ryder was going to take the ball, and he didn't. The double team on Gomez Ruiz. He creates some space. Oh, and he's just been brought down by Carey. And the referee letting it go.
I think there's maybe a concern for him hitting his head on the court there.
Yeah, Gomez-Ruiz took a hard spill. Referee going to argue that Carey got the ball.
Just glad to see he's okay.
Ball back into Gomez-Ruiz. Gets past Powers, but can't get past Fortuna Gill. We've seen that individual brilliance from Gomez-Ruiz quite a bit here in this first half. Scored that first goal off of it. Holloway into the corner, Gomez-Ruiz. Taken away, Halt. Combination play on the near side. Halt, the captain, trying to center it. Too much traffic in the way. Coming the other way is Chavez.
Need to
Holloway.
get back now.
And he's gotten tripped up by Halt, and Halt just missed him, and there might be more here, and there will be. It's a yellow card. If you're going to go to ground, you have to get him. You have to make the play on the ball, and Halt just missed him entirely.
You do, and you can't have that in such a dangerous position either.
And that also might be the referee trying to discourage Capital from going to the ground. They've been trying to slide in a few times in this game, and referee might just be trying to discourage them in general. 3 men in the wall.
See if Chavez takes a shot or goes for the quick pass.
And rips it off the wall, and Fortuna Gill, he's going to immediately leave the game. That looked like it hurt.
That'll have a mark next morning.
Oh, he's got a mark developing right now. That one, I wouldn't want to get hit by a fastball from Andres Chavez. Jose Gonzalez swings out to Gomez-Ruiz. Holloway. They're going to swing it back around to Chavez. In the center circle, back to Gomez-Ruiz. Good pressure from Capital, but good movement here from Gomez-Ruiz to create some space. Tries to poke it through. It's knocked away, and Halt, playing on a yellow card now. Back heel down the line to Powers, and Halt got hit in the face. That's going to be a foul on Gomez-Ruiz. And Halt immediately appealing to the official, trying to get the call after being called for something he didn't agree with just a moment ago. And that's a great run and a great look. David Riley, they met him perfectly on the goal line, but Mena making himself big and not letting it through. And now here comes Holloway that has a shot from distance. He had some room to dribble that one in. There was one defender down away, Ethan Ryder. He probably could have taken a couple of steps if he wanted, but decided to have a go from distance, and it ends up in Inter's possession. Gomez-Ruiz tries to get it into the corner. Under 5 to go in the first. Ball centered. Holloway picks it up. Holloway has the outside runner, and Powers cuts him down. That's a foul.
They've got to be careful. I think they're at about 4 or 5 fouls now, so they're really getting into dangerous territory.
That is the 4th foul on Capital. 4:48 to go in the first. And that was just being a half second late.
Yeah.
Is all that really was. Chavez, that shot is up and over and wide.
I bet that wall is just glad it didn't go into their chest this time.
Through the space, trying to find a Halt. Halt touches it on and gives chase, but can't get there. 4:38 to go in the first, 3-1. We had a flurry of goals for a moment. 2 goals in 13 seconds for Inter Detroit back in the 6th minute. But, oh, that's a good touch by Gomez-Ruiz. That was skied away.
Hall did a great job recovering there. Just to deny the volley from Gomez-Ruiz.
They haven't had a goal in over 9 minutes. Back to Gonzalez and all the way through to Mena. Maynard Gonzalez. That one is high and wide. Neither by much, but it's enough to miss the goal.
Well, that's all that Tucker Brown will be caring about, is the shot wasn't on target.
Riley. Back to Ryder. That's a good diagonal ball in, and the shot from the near post by Riley. And a timeout has been called by Capital Futsal, it seems, their first. With 4:04 to go in the first, we will take a break as well. 3-1 the score. We'll be right back with more NPFL action. Final week of the regular season rolling on. 4:04 to go first half. Corner kick coming up for Capital Futsal, trailing 3-1, trying to find something here. Brown centers Telemark, and that's saved by Mena. Mena getting it out quickly, and that's going to go wide, but that aggression enabled by the fact that the goalkeeper is up and involved. You're going to see more of that in futsal than in any other variant of this game.
Well, and Brown did a good job to track back and recover as well.
That's a good flick on. Oh, tries to center it. That's the right decision by Ryder. Mena has the goal covered. He's trying to get it across, find somebody, but defender got a little piece of it, couldn't get it into David Riley. Down near the corner, Capital will put it back into play. Telemark. Riley, dispossessed, and back into Mena. Mena with the long throw, and there's that centering header again from Chavez. This time Capital's on it. 3:20 to go. In the corner, ball in, knocked back out to Telemark. And they'll work it back to Brown. Cross to Ryder. Down the line. Riley in the corner. Ryder looking for the far post.
Took a deflection.
Yeah, referee's going to say that someone got a piece of it, so it'll be a corner. Emerson Mena does not agree. 3 minutes even to go in the first. Capital Futsal has not scored a goal in 14 minutes. They would love to cut this lead in half as Telemark is knocked off the wall, picked up by Chavez. Edwin Gomez-Ruiz. Maynard Gonzalez. Jose Gonzalez back to Gomez-Ruiz. This is Maynard again. Back to Jose. Gomez-Ruiz being defended by Carey. Trying to flick it on. It's intercepted. They got numbers maybe. Trying to find a way to get it into the center, but stepping on the ball is Carey. Trying to lunge for it. Just get a little poke on it. Couldn't quite get it there. And it will be interpossession as a massive change comes in for Capital Futsal.
Yeah, I think Carey, on the first attempt, couldn't quite bring the ball under control. On the second attempt, kind of flailed at it.
Seems to be some confusion. I think that Inter thought it was Capital's ball, and Capital were about to take it. And referee says, no, that's your ball. Ball in, that's well won by Bogart. Tries to center it. Storm Powers! Just wide! Appealing for the corner, and he's going to get it.
Well, I haven't been able to see the replay, but there's been several claims of some phantom deflections there. Inter's coach is animated.
Ball cleared away anyway, and here comes Chavez. Chavez one-on-one! Good stop by Brown again! The second effort, stopped by a couple of people! Brown
Great
pushes
double
it
stop.
free! I think that Inter is arguing that someone for Capital touched it with their hand as it was about to go into the net. And I think the officials might agree with them. They're having a conversation right now. And it will, in fact, be a penalty. I couldn't tell which member of Capital Futsal touched it with their hand, but someone touched it on the goal line. And now Nate Boos will take the penalty. And he scores.
Well, Brown doing everything he could to try to make another save, but when it comes down to a shot like that from that distance, it always favors the striker.
I believe it's 6 yards from the top of the arc to the goal. And that might be one of the most difficult things to do in all of sports, is make that save. Boos, headed away by Powers. Brown did everything he could on the previous play, a defender literally throwing his body in the way, and it was inadvertent in the opinion of the official as well, which is why no cards were given. That would have been a card if it had been even remotely intentional, but guy just trying to make a play and it pounds off, it pings off of his arm or his hand.
Well, and there's a couple different bodies in front of it. I saw Brown get a hand to it, but maybe there was another one in there in the midst of that confusion.
There didn't seem to be a whole lot of argument from the Capital side that the call was incorrect, so I don't think anyone necessarily disagreed with the call, as Gomez Ruiz, with a bit of individual skill, to skip down the line and win the corner.
Bogart absolutely refusing to be beaten there.
90 seconds to go in the half, 4-1 into Detroit. They were winners of the first two games, 10-4 and 10-5, and oh man, that's a bit of a hospital ball for Mena. He has to come out and deal with it. Fortuna Gill passes it along and trying to reach for it his powers, but it's a half a stride in front of him. And nothing can be done about that. Feels like so much of Capital Futsal's attack has just been inches away.
It's just a few moments prior, or a few moments sooner, that you need to arrive with that step. It's gotten a lot better since they've gone down 3-1 or 4-1, but they're going to hope that this halftime break will allow them to restructure, as that flies wide.
A shot from Nate Boos with 1:04 on the clock. Futsal looking to make something happen here in the final minute here. Ryder. Diagonal ball, the shot, oh, that's just wide. That's a good look for Eric Carey. Found himself in some space, was trying to find the corner with it. Just a bit off with 54 seconds remaining.
Well, that's an example of it being right where they needed to be, just a little bit unlucky with the final touch.
Jose Gonzalez puts it out, 51 seconds. Telemak trying to play the ball through the split, intercepted by Boos. Nate Boos into traffic, and it's sent away out of play. 40 seconds. Capital will get it back in. Miles Telemak.
Well, these final minutes can last a very long time.
Riley has it. Oh, he was looking for him in the corner. He thought he was going to make the run, and he was not on the same page with Eric Carey. 32 seconds.
Mena demanding the ball,
And the referee determining it is keeper's ball.
urging his team to get forward.
Long throw ahead. Once again trying to get into Chavez in the corner. This time it's denied by Telemak. Carey running up to it. And it's poked out. It will be interpossession, 22 seconds. And it will come from the keeper. Mena. Long ball down the line looking for Gonzalez. It's taken away, 13 seconds. Telemak, he's going to have a chance here. Telemak just wide.
It's a great
10 seconds. Chavez in the corner, 7 seconds. Back to Gonzalez, back to the top, 2 seconds. Have to shoot it. It's blocked. That's halftime. An entertaining first half all around, but Inter Detroit more successful in front of goal. They lead 4-1 at the end of the first half. We will take a break and be back for half number 2. You are watching the NPFL live on YouTube. Second half action ready to begin between Inter Detroit and Capital Futsal here at Sexton High School in Lansing, Michigan. We still got a couple of minutes left on the halftime clock, but it does appear that we might be getting things moving a little earlier than anticipated. 4-1 is the halftime score. 4 different goal scorers for Inter Detroit. Edwin Gomez-Ruiz leading things off for them to level the score, followed by Emerson Mena, the goalkeeper, putting them in front. 12 seconds later, it was Liam Holloway who scored, making it 3-1, and then Nate Boost with the penalty at the very end to make it 4-1 for Capital Futsal. Their goal came in the 3rd minute from Cody Bogart, his 4th goal of the campaign. And since then, Inter Detroit, the only team that have scored. They lead 4-1 at the end of the first 20 minutes, and I'm here with Andrew Hall. Andrew, a bit of a mixed first half from Capital Futsal. We saw some good things from them, but it seemed like they struggled in front of goal.
Yeah, I think, truthfully, probably as soon as we saw Miles Telmuck get the yellow card, it seemed like there was a shift in the mentality. The flow was a little bit disrupted, and maybe that had to do with the team dynamics for the shift rotations, but we'll see. It's a new half, new start. They scored 4. You can score 4 as well.
And a new goalkeeper as well. Coleman Brandow into the game for Capital Futsal. Tucker Brown acquitted himself well in the first half. He gave up 4 goals, but they were all pretty good goals, including one from the penalty spot. So we'll see what Coleman Brandow can do in the second half. They've been making the change at goalkeeper at halftime pretty consistently, this Capital Futsal team, trying to get more keepers, more run, especially here in a game at the end of the season when you do not have playoff implications on your side of the table. But for Inter Detroit, once again, that win would put them in.
Yeah, we've also seen injuries to Capital's goalkeepers that have kept players such as Darwin Bostwick out. So it's a good problem to have if you have a couple of different keepers.
Yeah, ask the Toronto Blue Jays how organizational depth will help you out. 19:29 to go in the second half. Capital Futsal. Eric Carey over the halfway line. Off to David Riley, working the ball patiently at the edge of the zone. Eric Carey tries to shoot, and it's blocked by his own man, Ethan Ryder. He's trying to make a run into the corner. We've played 1 minute of the second half as that one goes out of play. David Riley. Ball flicked on towards Charlie Halt and across to Riley. Back to Halt. Halt lifted for the back post, but too much on it. Was trying to kind of float it in maybe towards the head of Eric Carey. 18:47 to go.
Referee's taking a minute to readjust the Capital goal.
Ball back into play and a whistle. So possession back to Capital Futsal. And back to Brandow. Charlie Halt. Riley through the middle, intercepted. Holloway thinking about it. Tries to turn around and go to the far side with it, but coming away with it is David Riley. That's saved by Mena.
That was a great run by Riley, matched by a great save. Able to just get a leg in there and poke it through.
Ball sent in, trying to flick it across is Eric Carey. Holloway into the corner. To Gonzalez, back to Holloway. In the middle, Jose Gonzalez trying to turn on it, trying to get past Ethan Ryder. A lot of traffic in there, taken away by Capital, but a double team and a win there. Gonzalez, good block by Brandow.
I think Brandow was very fortunate to see that Chavez didn't come out alongside his man.
Gonzalez tries to send a cross, taken away. Here's Carey. Carey trying to skip through. Good tackle, got all ball. Coming the other way, Holloway. Holloway has a go and missed that one wildly, but it was blocked a bit by Holt and out for a corner. He'll take that bit of luck. Chavez in the corner. Rips it, was trying to drive it down the line and get a bounce, but put it too far inside, and it hits the post. Brandow rolls it to Bogart, the lone goal scorer for Capital. Ball put out, 17:31 to go. Fortuna Gill puts it back into play. In the corner. Bogart tries to go behind the leg. Back to Fortuna Gill. Cross, shot, goal! Storm Powers alone at the top of the arc. And finally, Capital sees another one go in, and they've cut the lead to 2.
Well, there's a great patient bit of buildup by Capital there. I think Inter Detroit maybe just got a little bit complacent. Storm Powers saw the opportunity to stay into some open free space, get in there, and cut this deficit in half.
And a foul given on Cody Bogart. First foul of the second half on Capital Futsal. And that's an uncharacteristic bit of poor marking from Inter. They just kind of left Powers open at the top of the arc, and you really can't leave a player with his talent that open for the shot. Here's Holloway, and he's gonna score! I think that hit off a defender and found its way to the back post.
Well, and that's some of the danger that comes with giving players of these quality just that much time and space. They will have a shot, and if there's bodies in the way, that's just another roadblock for the keepers.
That is now the second time in this game that we've seen 2 goals in a span of 13 or fewer seconds. Those 2 goals 11 seconds apart on the clock. This time, however, the team split the pair, and it remains a 3-goal game. Down the line, trying to get it into Bogart, it goes long and out.
Well, similar to the first half, just as we saw Capital score and start to make momentum, Inter Detroit punches back pretty quick.
It's almost like the goal is a bit of a wake-up call. It kind of locks them back in a little bit. You said it seemed that they were a little bit complacent on the play where they conceded the goal, and nothing quite wakes you up like conceding.
Yeah, especially when you're chasing that playoff spot and you realize you cannot afford to get too complacent and lazy. You've got to stay locked in and give it 100% until the end.
That's a real nice set of attacking play from Inter Detroit right there. They passed and moved really well, and they win the corner. Here comes Chavez to play it in. Down the line, back to Chavez, lifts it, and that's high and into the stands. About 3 feet wide of the basketball hoop, if anyone's curious. For those who remember a ball going into the hoop in one of our earlier broadcasts this season. Trying to head it down, gets it back to Holt. Holt. Back at the top of the zone, trying to work in combination with Carey. Now works it back and given away by Ryder. Jose Gonzalez. That's a good step there by Riley to win it back. Gonzalez takes it back from him. Gonzalez into Chavez. Chavez had a shot at the near post. He passes it up. Trying to get it in.
Well, you also saw David Riley working back to help cover that man. Carey with the header.
That's a brilliant ball in from deep. Eric Carey with the header down and just wide. A good play just wide of the net. Want to go back to the one miss just a moment ago. Andres Chavez had an open look at the near post, tried to get it across to Maynard Gonzalez instead, and honestly, I think if he just turns that towards the goal, it's probably 6-2 right now.
Well, yeah, it could be, but that's the difference of, do you want to play selfless and go for what you think is more sure to get a goal, or do you want to be a little bit more goal hungry? And I think in this case, they were just trying to expand that lead a little bit farther with more certainty. Just wasn't meant to be at that moment.
Holloway tries to get it forward. It's sent away by Eric Carey. And that's such a fine line to walk, right? You want to do what's best for your team, and for most of these guys, if you've been playing long enough, your default setting is oftentimes that the better play is to just pass it off and give it to somebody else. You know, the extra pass oftentimes leads to the better look. We've seen it so much. And then there's that internal debate, and you have to make that decision within, you know, fractions of a second, whether or not you take that shot or if it's time to pass it off, as Riley works his way forward, tries to get it to Holt, but Holt loses it, and it goes out for Inter. With 15 and 16 to go, it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, Holt was lurking in space
Turned
there.
over, shot, off the bar, second effort, it's over the bar! Sorry to interrupt you, Storm Powers with the takeaway in the attacking third and almost turns it into a crucial goal for Capital, but they remain down by 3. As that shot is deflected over by Powers, who's getting very involved now here in this second half, out for a corner.
Well, that's the pressure you want to put these teams under at this point in the game. Brandau's out of goal.
Gomez Ruiz taken away by Bogart, who sends it into the near post, and Mena has a little more trouble with it than I think that he anticipated. Fortuna Gill spinning off of it. He had the assist just a moment ago. Gives to Telemark in the corner, and that one is sent high and wide of the basketball hoop.
I'm almost rooting for it to go.
I know, right? It's in the back of my head. Anytime there's a ball that's up in the air, anywhere near it, it's like, oh, maybe. Got to see a lot of balls go to a lot of basketball hoops in this gym this season. Sexton High School having a very solid men's basketball campaign this year. That one put out in favor of Inter Detroit. .24 left. Gonzalez will get it in. Mena. Gomez Ruiz. This time it looks like they're going to deny him and maybe force him to play it back, and they will. Holloway. But even just Gomez Ruiz drawing that second defender in is going to change the shape of the defense. You have to respect his ability on the ball. He's beaten you with it a couple of times. And that respect is going to force you to play a little bit more on him, as that one's given away, but it rolls back into Brandau.
Yeah, I think Powers just took a little bit of pace off that and allowed Brandau to recover that without it going out for a corner. Telemark getting a good stab in there.
Good poke tackle from Telemark. Get the ball off the foot of Gomez Ruiz. Into the corner. Gomez Ruiz lifted all the way across. Boose able to keep it in. Nate Boose fires. He scored the penalty at the end of the first half, blocked by Powers, and he's just going to get it away. But giving chase is Fortuna Gill. Fortuna Gill rips for the far post, and it's wide. I'm not sure if he was going for the far post or if he was trying to get it into Cody Bogart, crashing in from the far side, but it went right between them and out for Inter Detroit's possession. 13 and a half to go. Fortuna Gill on Bogart, has a shot, good block. Excuse me, that's Powers rather on the attempt. Carey out to Powers, and his entry pass is denied. 13:24 to go in the game, 5-2. Inter Detroit trying to punch their ticket. Nice move down the line, stepping in and almost getting through, but having to work it out to the top is Carey. The shot is blocked by the attempt by Ryder, rather the stop by Mena. Here comes Holloway. In the middle, Gonzalez. Good stab tackle again, but they can't break out of it. Gomez Ruiz in the corner. Gomez Ruiz trying to keep it in, and he can't. Eric Carey with a nice bit of individual skill down there in the arc in front of goal. But at one point it looked like he kind of stepped on the ball and it rolled a little bit away from where he wanted it to go, so he had to just kind of cancel out the possession and cycle it back. But that's a good move and a goal!
Phenomenal feat.
Ethan Ryder works his way in, and he finds David Riley.
Ryder doing all the hard work himself, bringing defenders in, allowing Riley to just get into space, have an easy shot on goal. Mena hung out to dry. Now we'll see if we have another goal, how much time goes in between that one and this one.
Yeah, this is where you want to stay alive, stay alert here. If you're Capital Futsal, you've conceded shortly after scoring. Both times you scored. You've cut the lead to 2. And that's a tough look, but a block by Charlie Hall. If Gomez Ruiz had potted that one, that would have been a highlight. But Hall gets a foot on it, and it's out for a corner.
Brandow may have had it covered, but you never know with those shots on this harder surface. I think Hall got a very unfortunate.
Holloway block, second effort off the post. Nate Boos couldn't get it to go, and it rolls out. And they're going to fix the goal real quick. Yeah, just ripped off the post at the near post.
Forcing the referees to adjust these posts once more.
Boos, the leading scorer for Inter Detroit, 11 goals, 6 assists on the year. Scored his 12th on that penalty in the first half. That shot from the corner is behind the net. 12:25 to go.
Now we see Riley creeping up forward, as well as Telemock.
You're going to see the aggression start to tick slowly up as the game moves on. In need of goals, Capital Futsal. They're finally starting to open up the attack a bit. They've scored twice now in this second half. Shot from the near side is blocked by Brandow. Telemock knocked to the ground and a foul. In the middle, on the outside now. Telemock. Back to the top, Riley. Gomez Ruiz. Diagonal ball, and Brandow comes out to shield the ball and watch it out and keep possession for his team. That's a little thing, but it's a good fundamental intelligent thing there from Brandow, just making sure that no one can get to the ball, just gets in front of it, shields them off. Brandow rolls it through the middle. Powers flicks it ahead, it's taken away from him. Here comes Inter. Boos. Fortuna Gill gets in and rolls it away, but this is Holloway, and Fortuna Gill got just a little bit of Holloway. Not a lot, just a little bit, but it was enough to set him off balance. Capital fans don't like it. But then again, why would they?
Well, we'll see.
You're never gonna like a call that goes against your team. Shot over the bar.
It's pretty close. Yeah, well, you never see the home fans arguing the call that goes their way. But anyone that goes against them, you'll see and get a little bit up in arms about it.
Bogart, heavy pressure there from Gonzalez, draws the double team, tries to skip out of it, and the whistle is given. And a bit of a Bronx cheer from the Capital faithful.
Yeah, well, Bogart doing a very good job at holding it up. I think there might have just been one or two hands holding.
Brandow is involved up here as the goalkeeper. In the middle, Powers, they set it off to the far post, and the shot is wide. That's a great bit of offensive movement from Capital, though. That's something they're going to want to keep doing. Fortuna Gill offering the pressure and forcing the ball back. It's going to be out of bounds. It will be Inter's ball, but Fortuna Gill has been very involved here these last couple of minutes, getting involved defensively, putting pressure on, trying to force mistakes.
Well, at that end, pressing pretty high on Inter's defense as well, not just in his own half.
Long ball ahead to Gomez Ruiz, and it's knocked out. They'll get it in now down there near the corner. And some kind of infraction on the ball in, and it's some kind of infraction on the ball in, and it will go back to Capital Futsal. You see Brandow over here on the near sideline now working his way back towards the goal as that ball's taken away by Gomez Ruiz, trying to spin away from Fortuna Gill, but he's taking it from him. Jared Fortuna Gill hits the deck as he tries to get it forward. Coming the other way is Holloway. Holloway over the timeline, in on ahead. They got a shot blocked by Brandow. The second ever over the open goal.
Well, Brandow doing a good job cutting off the angle, and fortunate for Capital and unfortunate for Inter. That follow-up effort just going over the bar.
An open look at goal. It's clean of a look as you're going to get, and just skied the thing. And everyone who's ever played this game has snapped at a chance and missed one they knew they should have had, and that's what happened for Inter right there. 10:42 to go in the second. It's still 5-3. Capital hanging in tough and looking, honestly, much more positive in the attack. They've created more opportunities. They've scored some goals, but they've also had a couple of opportunities that they feel they should have scored. So, and maybe here comes another one. No, it's going to go in! David Riley on the cross, Eric Carey on the finish.
Well, it was a good give and go by Riley. He flicked it close enough to Mena that he thought he could come out. Carey going to the ground with a slide and just throwing his left boot at it, getting enough to go into Mena's near post.
Timeout called by Inter Detroit. Their playoff lives hanging in the balance. If they win, they're in. If they lose, they're going to need some help. 10:35 to go. We'll take a break. 5-4 the score. You're watching the NPFL live on YouTube. Back to it, 10.5 to go. Capital Futsal have cut the lead to 1. Still everything to play for here as we approach the final 10 minutes. Capital Futsal have been much more positive in the attack. They're creating more opportunities, and they're scoring them now. Something they weren't doing in the first half. They're finishing their chances. It's been that, we talked about how they were inches away. That little bit of crispness, that little bit of perfection in the play has finally come to light for Capital. It's really coming together much better for them here in the second half.
Yeah, we're seeing them click. We're seeing them start to enjoy riding that momentum, especially now in the second half that they're able to get a couple goals one after another.
Yeah, when it starts to go well and it starts to click, as a whole team you can get into a zone, especially in a small side format like this where it's 5 guys on the field. Rallying to the defense, cleared away to the far corner. Chavez immediately double teamed and he's going to roll it out. He wants the foul, he's not going to get it.
Well, I was just going to say, he was doing a great job holding up that play. I don't know if the ball got away from him or if he was being held and poked.
Carey passes off for Riley, who tried to find it into the corner and coming the other way. That one's blocked. Good job by Riley recovering and blocking the shot from Nate Boos.
Well, Brandow as well making himself big just in case, and that's one of these things that I think Capital's going to be worried about is oversave everything no matter what. Don't lose this momentum that we have right now and let them get back into the game and further their lead.
Given away by Capital. Gomez Ruiz working it down, but then he can't keep it. 9:47 to go, ball goes out. Brandow making the run. You see him moving here into the corner. Brandow, and he can't keep it in. It was a good ball, but now Brandow has to sprint back to his goal. Oh, and he will. Ball's not going to get in near quickly enough.
I'll say, and they're giving him the opportunity.
Here's Nate Boos. Ball played in, taken away by Telemark. Powers sends it on its way. It's knocked out, and it will stay with Capital. If you're Inter, in futsal in particular, I mean, in all sports, you hear, coaches constantly talking about how you don't play to not lose, right? You continue to play aggressively, and you can't sit back and rest on your laurels. That's doubly true in futsal. There's nowhere to hide. The field is too small. The play is too active. It's impossible to just sit and hold possession. You have to continue to push, even when winning, here late in the ball game.
Yeah, and I think we're going to have to see in these 9 minutes if Inter want to have a chance at progressing, they need to show a little bit of resilience and get back into this game, into a dominant posture that they held for so long.
5-4 the score. It seems unlikely that will be the final score. Brando rolls, that one rolled up Telemark, and he almost got a hand on it, but he's able to keep the arm away from it. And he just happily gets it away, and honestly, they'll take the clearance there.
Right in the view of the referee, too, so.
A handball in the box is honestly the difference right now. The late penalty in the first is why Inter have one more than Capital, as that one's sent away. 8:34 to go in the second.
Well, I think, too, if you're Capital, even though you're out of playoffs, being able to end your first season on a win.
That's
great
a great
save
stop by Brandau! Brandau, full stretch, full extension. Nate Boos, leading scorer for this Inter squad. Brandau denies him.
Well,
But yeah, I agree. As you were saying, as that shot goes over, you would love to end your season on a high note, beating a good team that's already beaten you twice.
Yeah, I think that's the difference between.
Chavez at the turn, and Brandau comes out, makes the play, and Brandau correctly identifying that he just was in his position. He didn't do anything wrong, and Chavez tumbling over him in pursuit of the ball. That one's cleared away by Ryder. It wasn't intended to be a clearance, but will effectively settle for one.
Yeah. A good end to this season for Capital, I think, is the difference between having good momentum going forward in the next season or just settling for mediocrity and continuing to be a lower table club.
Yeah, you want to feel like you built something over the course of the season, and a win today would certainly leave Capital feeling as though they did exactly that. Even just a good competitive game against Inter is a step in the right direction. You lost your first two games to them by 5 and 6 respectively. So you want to finish strong with a win, or at least a very good competitive game. And so far you've gotten that, but these last 8 minutes, this is where games are won and lost. Not to be cliche about it, but you've got to finish strong. And this is good movement here, looking for Ethan Ryder, but he couldn't get on that ball cleanly. And now here comes Nate Boos trying to keep it in play. He can't, and it rolls out. 7:42 to go.
Well, Ryder did a good job at
Brandau
getting back
making
on
that
defense and just slowing down the play to prevent the counter.
Brandau back across to halt. And I think that deflected off the defender. It did.
I think there was a double deflection, but they'll take the corner.
Brandau staying in the attacking half for now. They're going to give it to him. Plays it across, kind of hit it over to Ryder. Ryder tries to get it down the boards because he can't give it right back to his keeper. Bounced off of Chavez and out of play. 7.5 to go. That long throw, and that's going to hit the curtain that hangs above mid-court here at Sexton High School. So unlucky from Brandau, and it will be Inter's ball right at midfield. Trying to keep it in, and he does. It's David Riley. Riley trying to center, knocked away by Holloway. Holloway, good through ball. Boos! Oh, he can't score it! Boos looking for his Baker's dozenth on the campaign, but missed it just wide of the far post.
Yeah, I think Brandau, all he could do is come out and get big and pray for the best. Unfortunately for Boos, it just went a couple inches wide.
Holloway, stopped by Brandau. I think Brandau was a bit surprised by that one. I think there might have been something in his sight line because he reacted to it very late, but he's able to keep it out. 7:07 to go.
Well, I've been there as a goalkeeper where your sight's blocked and you get a shot, and all of a sudden you're just kind of stunned but fortunate that you're in the position that you are.
Backing down, Chavez can't keep it. Telemak back to his keeper, Brandau. Just decides to send it on its way, and Mena will clutch it in his chest, throws it out. Chavez literally posting up right on Brandau, but he can't get the turn on it. Here's Telemak. Taken away, Holloway, shot, blocked. Brandau, a bit of an awkward spot there, but was able to get just enough of it, and the defense gets it away. 6:39 to go, 5-4 still the score.
Well, the stop doesn't have to look beautiful, it just needs to keep the ball out of the goal, and so far he's done his job since Capital's mounted this comeback.
Both goalkeepers for Capital Futsal putting in good performances today. Looking for the goal support on the other end. They found it here in the second half, but they still need one more to level things, as that one's headed up by Powers, trying to keep it in play. Holloway draws the double team in the corner. Fortuna Gill is there, and it's knocked out of bounds by Maynard Gonzalez. So here it comes in from the corner there, 6:15 to go. Fortuna Gill gets it in. Trying to find Powers. It's knocked out of bounds. Maybe a little bit more breathing room with the kick being played in further away from the corner.
Yeah, Inter doing a good job at just man marking and really limiting the options for where they can play the ball into.
Powers will play this one in with the left, all the way across and cleared away. Brandow picks it up. Brandow takes a long touch. Oh, he's under some pressure there. Telemark has to come and help him out. Telemark plays it down the line, and honestly, Capital should just kind of settle for that. They'll take it, given that that could have gone much, much worse for them. 6:02 to go.
Yeah, if you have the opportunity to send a ball out for a goal kick or leave a goal exposed, I'd hope it's pretty obvious which one you'd want to take.
Brandow collects it. Fortuna Gill now lifts it on, and he was trying to get that bounce off of Mena. Mena spills it for a moment. They're able to collect it. Picked off by Telemark. Telemark coming together. No whistle. Ball rolls out. Chavez slow to get up. Referee blows his whistle. Lets Telemark get it back in. He's got Brandow out there. Brandow being very involved in the attack still. And that ball behind his intended target.
They'll take a deflection for a corner.
In from the corner, 5.5 to go. That one knocked out for another corner off of Holloway. Powers will exit. Charlie Holt back in the game. Played in short. Back to Bogart, and a whistle.
This foul, I think at this point in the game, in terms of fouls, a lot less in this half.
One man in the wall, and it will basically just be Chavez guarding the near post. Halt. Plays it in. Oh, behind him. I think he was trying to get it into Brandow on the head, and just Brandow ran in deeper than Halt anticipated. A missed opportunity there for Capital. 5:25 to go, but given away. Here they come. Riley. Back to Halt. Carey. Trying to work the ball back into his own zone, getting some help, trying to find Riley, and a big coming together there, and Riley fouls Holloway. My apologies, and a yellow card for that. A little surprised about that one.
I think the referee might have saw that Inter had a good opportunity to attack goal had he not been taken down.
First booking of the second half. 5th of the game all told. 3rd on Capital Futsal. 5:10 to go. Capital Futsal looking for a huge win at home to end the season. Trying to play spoiler on Inter Detroit's playoff hopes. Out for a corner. Headed out again.
You know, this could be a very long 5 minutes here. We see both teams putting the pressure on.
Trying to clear it away from the corner. This is Carey trying again down to Halt. Halt in the corner. Tries to get it across. No one's really there for it. Mena picks it up pretty easily. Mena rips it down towards Chavez in the corner. And again, they're using Chavez as kind of a point man down in the corner. Trying to use him to get the ball back in across quickly from the goalie. That shot is way over everything. Over one basketball hoop and then bounces off the wall and almost hits another one.
Yeah, well, I think they've also, on their goal throws to defend Inter Detroit, they've placed a really tall player who can intercept those throws out to Chavez.
Yeah, once again, it kind of changes the shape of the defense, right? Like it forces you to have someone marking Chavez, and it opens up the middle of the field now, too, creating more opportunities, more options for Mena to distribute to. That one put out for Capital Futsal. Halt. Holloway out for a corner. 4:45 to go. Inter 5, Capital 4. All the way back up top to Brandow. Brandow into the corner. Working it back to the top, Riley. Eric Carey. Knocked away. Picked up by Inter in their own zone, and that pass is picked off by Ryder, but he couldn't keep it. Out for Inter Detroit. 4:28 to go. taking their time getting it in. Now they get it in. This is Holloway. Holloway puts it in the air and then puts it off the rafters. Just a miss hit. But a chance for Capital now with the ball and the attacking half.
Well, that's the one danger of playing indoors, is you can't send the ball as high as you might want.
Line change for Capital. A new 4. Lifted in, looking for Fortuna Gill at the back post, but Mena saw it all the way. Rolls it out. Boost. Misses wide. Telemark, Bogart, Fortuna Gill, Storm Powers. That's your 4 on the field for Capital Futsal now. Good step by Holloway. Holloway works it in, shot blocked. The second effort. Good stop by Telemark. Third effort. What a stop by Brandau! Powers shot blocked by Mena. Holloway somehow comes away with it. Holloway steps on it, and it's out of bounds.
Well, if Capital would have gotten a goal, that certainly would have been the icing on top of the cherry, on top of the cake. Great, phenomenal defensive play, leading into what could have been a very fortuitous tying goal. But also, take nothing away from Inter Detroit to set themselves up for 3 shots.
Everyone rallying to the defense for Capital Futsal right there, and that's what you got to do. Everyone attacks, everyone defends, and if it doesn't happen, you lose games. Right there, they made a good defensive effort as a unit. Everybody cycling back to make plays. It will be out of bounds, and Capital Futsal will get it in. Jarrett Fortuna Gill sends it in. It's off the post! It's loose in front, and Mena collects it! Mena, long throw into the corner, too long for Boots.
Well, you have to feel this game is getting closer and closer. Capital must be feeling it now. They're taking opportunities and they are staying hungry.
Everything's on a knife's edge, and every play feels closer and closer. That one just given away. Boost turns it over. Oh, they had numbers, but they couldn't do anything with it. Given away, and so that's a penalty on Capital. Storm Powers fouls Holloway. .324 to go in the second half. Out to Holloway. Down the line and out of play. 3:19 left. Capital back in possession. They need 1. They've put some new guys out there. Ethan Ryder back into play along with David Riley. Ryder down the line. Eric Carey, who's also just checked back in. Storm Powers remains in the game. This is Powers. Into the corner. Ryder. Back to the keeper. Brandau. It's blocked.
Well, that would have been a way to tie up the game.
Oh, we already saw 1 goalkeeper goal today. Emerson Mena scored the second goal for Inter. 5-4. 3:09 to play.
Inter chasing that ball just down that long little corridor there. Now we can get restarted.
3:05 to go. Long ball through, scooped up by Brandau. 3 minutes to go. Plays it in, looking for Carey. A little bit over Carey. And collected by Mena. Under 3 to play. Inter Detroit trying to hold on and clinch a playoff spot. Capital Futsal looking to end their season on a 2-game win streak. And Carey is tripped up. That's a pretty easy call. Carey got his leg taken away from him by Nate Boos.
Was that the 4th foul for Inter?
That is the 5th foul on Inter Detroit. And that's a crucial one because it means a spot kick for Charlie Halt. A chance to tie with 2:43 to go. Halt the run up. Blocked. Picked up by Riley. They send it in. It's wide, out for a corner. And that's not like those penalties at the top of the arc. It's twice as far away. It's much more difficult, much less of a sure thing. Good work by Mena. He's able to be off his line at the start of it. Makes the nice play as that one's skied by Halt. 2:31 to go. Everything's still to play for in this one. Lifted down the line. Nate Boos into the corner. Blocked by Brandau, straight up. Brandau punches it clear again. Holt tries to settle it. Here they come, Ryder. Across, the shot, blocked by Reyna!
Phenomenal bit of awareness with Mena, keeping his ankles
Chavez,
covered.
the block! Brandau with another save. These two goalkeepers going bar for bar here in these last few minutes. Knocked up in the air. Holt will head it clear. 2:05 to go. Holloway has it. Creating some space. Into Boos. Boos lifts it. Brandau one-hands it. Rolls it out to Ryder. Ryder
advancing up that far side.
cuts it inside. It's sent away by Gomez Ruiz. 1:53 to go. Inter Detroit trying to hold on here for 110 more seconds. You're going to see Brandau get even more involved here in the attack. This is Holt, diagonal ball through. It's knocked away and out of play. 100 seconds remain.
Good quick math there. Would have taken me a little bit longer.
Holt gets it in. Back to Holt. Sent in for the corner. Oh, Brandau climbing the ladder, but he couldn't quite get there. That would have been scintillating.
That was a great ball, just a couple inches shorter, or if Brandau was a couple inches taller, we might have seen that net bulge.
5-4 remains the score. 1:35 to go. And now it's Mena trying to help adjust the goal, trying to get it to where it's supposed to be. Whistle blows. We're live once again. Thrown into the feet of Chavez. Jarrett Fortuna Gill across. Holt in the middle. Powers. Shot. Saved. Emerson Mena has been on something here, but he skies that one out of play. 1:19 to go. Capital will have their chance here. Fortuna Gill has a shot. Scored! Jarrett Fortuna Gill, the equalizer!
Well, you've been feeling that coming for quite a few minutes now. Gill was able to just pick his spot in that left-hand corner. Goalkeeper diving to his right, just not quite able to get a fingertip on it. And now we need to see some resilience from this Capital team to hold on. Or if you're Detroit, do something to retake that lead.
Whistle goes. And foul is going to be on Powers, I believe. And how many is that on?
Looks like the referees are saying that's the 5th foul.
That is the 5th foul. Here comes Fortuna Gill trying to get it in across. And it's out of play. 56 seconds.
Referee called it a corner.
Oh, last touch by Inter. Okay, so Capital.
Referee saying is off with Gomez Ruiz.
Gomez Ruiz can't believe it. 56 seconds. The next goal would likely be the last. Boos. It's
Powers.
denied and back into his keeper. 50
Fortunately
seconds.
Stepping in front of that shot from Boos.
Gomez Ruiz. Fortuna Gill defending Gomez Ruiz. A big coming together and a foul on Fortuna Gill.
Well, it was unnecessary. I think Gill not realizing that they were out in that warning foul. He wasn't going anywhere with it.
Not a foul you want to give away in the final minute, that's for sure. And here comes Nate Boos. Scored a penalty earlier. Since then, it's been 4-1. We're tied at 5 for the lead. Scores!
Inter Detroit suddenly undoing all of that momentum. But 36 seconds left. See what Capital has.
A crucial call, a crucial foul. But Nate Boos, 13 goals on the season, and that one might just send Inter to the playoffs. 26 seconds to go. Powers sends it in. Oh, it's second effort for Powers, but it's blocked! And cleared away, 22 seconds.
Nate Boos providing that crucial block.
Boos gets it clear and scores! The empty net goal. And that's going to do it. (7-5) the score. Boos jumping on it. Boos going to try to score again. Brandau way out of his net, trying to be on the attack.
Seemingly unaware.
14 seconds. Every goal matters for goal differential here for Inter, so they're going to keep the pressure on. Chavez, 8 seconds, and he's fouled. No, excuse me, foul's going to be on Chavez. 6 seconds to go. And now Capital Futsal is going to have a shot of their own. And a yellow card given to the bench. 6 seconds to go, and the argument's only taking place because, again, goal differential matters here, potentially, for Inter Detroit, depending on results of other games. It'll be Miles Telemak to try to cut the lead to 1. And he does.
Well,
6 seconds to go.
you may see them just hold on to possession and run this 5-second foul, but if you're Capital, you have to be proud of the second half performance.
Well, you're going to throw everyone at the ball, and you're going to hope something good happens. Lift it in the air, 2 seconds. Chavez, blocked, game. Inter holds on and punches their ticket. Capital Futsal going to be disappointed they didn't win this one, but definitely an excellent performance against a good team. You talk about how you want to end the season on a high note, and I think that they've done that. A win last time out, and then a very, very good game against a very good, now playoff-bound Inter Detroit squad.
Yes. You got to say, we hope that we'll see Capital in this league next season, see if they can build upon this in the off-season. For Inter Detroit, good luck with your playoff runs.
A round of applause for the Capital players and their supporters. A fine match between these two teams, and not the result Capital wanted, but a good way to end a good season, their first season in this league. They end 3 wins in 9 matches, a competitive team, competitive with good teams, and now you've got something to build on going forward.
Absolutely.
Well, for all of us here at Capital Futsal, I'm Colton Wesley. For my producer Caleb Lewis, my color guy Andrew Hall, thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you back here next season. You've been watching Capital Futsal live on YouTube.